Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary pals alike, welcome to episode 230 of DCA Takedown. This is D-Walk here with you on commentary as the road to Revelations 10 has officially begun, folks. That's right, we are getting on the road to Revelations 10, the biggest revelations perhaps of all time, coming up in April. And this is the first stop coming off of a huge gateway to heaven. And tonight we have a loaded card set for you. And we are kicking off the action. We are kicking off the night, rather, with the man that cost James Dark the DCA World Championship at Gateway to Heaven. That's right, I'm talking about the Ace of Destiny, perhaps the ace of the Destiny Championship Alliance in Zach Stone. Now tonight we have, like I said, a loaded card. As you see, here comes Zach Stone making his way down to the ring. You wonder if he's actually going to be able to speak this time, considering every time he's tried this season he has been unsuccessful for one reason or another. But like I said, we have a loaded card planned for you here tonight, including this match right here, JT Onyx and Kenshin, a rematch from a few episodes ago. Plus, unfortunately, we will hear Jaden Starr give his quote-unquote revelations demands. I don't know what that means. Plus, Claudio Dragonheart and John Blackos will compete in a #1 contenders match. The winner will challenge Gorilla Black for the Battle Pro World Championship at Revelations 10. Gorilla Black won in competition, and he's getting two current world champions fighting for his gold. And the first ever takedown coast to coast between Dante Styles, the world champion, and his #1 contender, James Needham. But right now, Zach Stone is in the ring, and he is about to ask for a microphone here. And oh, you have got to be kidding me. His music didn't even have time to stop. And almost on cue, you know whose music that is, and there he is. Arcan, one member of the tradition, as you see on the shirt. The group collective formed with James Dark, Arcan, BB Disco, Kenshin, and Danny Gibbons. This group of veterans who have felt like the current roster have grown stagnant, have grown complacent, and it's been, according to them, their job to fix that problem. James Dark has been trying to do it all season with Zach Stone, and that's where this whole thing started. That's how this whole group came together in the first place, was because James Dark had an issue with Zach Stone being complacent and feeling like he didn't have to move along with the rest of the roster. But what the hell's he doing out here now? Now he's asking for a mic. Folks, we are back here on Takedown, and I apologize for not speaking after after Arcan left the ring, but the words that he just said to Zach, I do not condone them. DCA does not condone them. Of course, you know, Arcan just is going to say what he wants. But right now we're getting to our first match of the night. I apologize, folks. That I don't know what to say. But right now we're getting into this contest. Florida man Ricky Carson is back. And the crux of this match, how this match came together, is because Jamal Kincaid, the new pure champion, has been running around to everybody who will listen in the back, showing off his new belt. Ricky Carson came up to Ricky Carson, called Carson a loser, that he didn't deserve to be on the roster. First off, that's a blatant, flat-out lie. He's one of the most passionate men in the community today. And Ricky stood up for himself, and he wanted a match with the pure champion tonight. Now remember, this is a non-title match because of the fact that, remember, since we're on the road to Revelations, every DCA championship is locked in. If you're a champion right now, that means you're going to be a champion going into Revelations. That's how it's been every season, unless there are specific circumstances that are determined by the general managers. Now that means if Lucinda or Shazeen on Wildcats determines that the condition is met to have a title defense before Revelations on DCA programming, then that will happen. Same with Space Ghost and Malik. Now normally Space Ghost and especially Malik would probably make Jamal put the belt on the line in this matchup, but remember, Ricky Carson has not won a match on DCA Takedown yet. I believe it's only a matter of time before that happens, by the way. However, Jamal Kincaid pointed this out to Space Ghost, and Space Ghost agreed and said, listen, if you get pinned, Jamal, then Ricky Carson's going to challenge you at Revelations. So this is a huge match for Florida man Ricky Carson. If he can pick up the win here tonight and beat the pure champion, then he will get a shot at the pure championship realistically at Revelations. 20-minute time limit that Jamal Kincaid has demanded for this match. He wants this match to be a pure match, which means if you don't beat Ricky, if Ricky can't beat Jamal in the 20-minute time limit, then that's it. It's over. There isn't going to be a situation where if Ricky can last 20 minutes with Jamal, he wins a title shot. He wants Ricky Carson to prove himself by beating the champion. And whether you like Jamal Kincaid's attitude and the way he won the title from TJ Kennedy or not, cover off the small package, only one count. If you know, it doesn't matter if you like the way he won the pure title from TJ or not. The fact that he is at least admitting that people need to beat him to win a title shot, despite all his gloating and his grandstanding, that has to be commended. I'll have to give him credit for that. However, Ricky Carson has proven, I've seen him compete. I've commentated his matches in the past in SWW. Ricky Carson can pull out a win in a snap of a finger. He is not someone to be overlooked. As a snap, that big vertical suplex only gets a 1 count. And now Carson gets a knee to the midsection. And a big clothesline by Florida man. Off the ropes, but gets caught by Jamal. Blocks that punch. Blocks that next punch. Back and forth we go here. And a big drop kick, but it barely phased him, and then a boot to the face. Nicely done by Ricky into the cover. hooking the leg, and just a 2 count. Again, we are on the road to Revelations 10. We already know that every DCA championship, the Pure title, the World Tag titles, the Burnout title, the Celestial title, and the World title for Takedown, and the Diamonds title, the Fever title, the Tag titles, the Goddess title, and the Wildcats title, all 10 titles will be decided at Revelations 10. So those are 10 matches already locked in. We already know the two main events for that night. We already know that Nicole Natasha, the winner of the Gateway to Heaven ladder match on the Wildcat side, will challenge Beatrix Decker for the title. And we know that James Needham, the Takedown Gateway to Heaven ladder match winner, will challenge Dante Styles for the DCA World Heavyweight title. That is also coming up at Revelations. And according to what we heard earlier on, James Dark is challenging Zach Stone for one more match at Revelations. However, in order for Zach to get that match, not only will he have to, obviously he's going to be putting up his 9-0 Revelations record, which is a huge deal in and of itself. But James Dark wants Zach. Wait a minute. Hold that thought. Ricky Carson, big fireman's carry suplex, butterfly suplex, just a 2 count. More like a butterfly neck breaker, if anything. And Ricky running in, but gets drop kicked it again. Unlike earlier, he can't bring Ricky Carson down, but that did. Just hooked the ankle, but gets kicked away by Carson. And now Carson with a stomp to try and keep him down, and now Ricky with the big right hand. But what I was saying before was, for Zach to get that match with James Dark at Revelations, he's going to not only put his Revelation streak on the line, but he's going to have to put his VW World title shot that he's been holding on to since Prestige 4 on the line. Arcan made it very clear that Zach wasn't doing anything with that title shot. He's been holding it, according to Arcan, holding it hostage, and James Dark wants that shot. He feels like he has earned himself a VW World title match, and if Zach won't put up the title shot, then he's going to take it, and that's what Zach's going to have to do if he wants that third match with James. Because remember, they're 1-1 in singles competition. Well, not really. Zach has never beaten James Dark. Because if you remember in their first matchup, James beat him straight up. The second match, the rematch that they had, which was at the 12-year anniversary show, Arcan attacked Zach before the matchup. And that led to James getting the win. And then in every tag match since then, he's not been able to get the job done. He's been pinned by James Dark 3 times this season. Which, that's never happened. I don't think that's ever happened in Zach Stone's entire career. And now back inside the ring, Jamal Kincaid with submission locked in here. Just stretching the arm and stretching the head, the neck. A very, very painful hold for certain. And if you are Florida man Ricky Carson, you have to be thinking to yourself, what the hell did I get myself into? I mean, I believe in Ricky Carson just as much as anybody else. Believe me. Ricky Carson, like I said, he can pull out a win at any other night. On any given night, I should say. And now Carson getting out of that submission and then clotheslining him. Ducks under. Backdrop. And a spine buster. And Carson's feeling it now. Irish whip into the referee, into Robin Charleston. But Ricky's not letting that phase him. He's got him up. Drives him down. Hooks the leg. Cover. 2. No. Just a 2 count. And now, exploder suplex. And do another cover. Again, another 2. And Carson now in firm control. And a spine buster. The second one of the match. And now Carson went for something, maybe a spear off the middle rope, but nobody home. And now Jamal with the right hand. And the cover. 1, 2, no. And now Carson getting up as Jamal is arguing with the official, saying he thought that was a 3 count, and then Carson comes in with a right hand of his own. And a big headbutt. Ricky Carson, like I said, one of the toughest men in terms of heart and determination that I have ever seen. That man may wrangle gators on the weekends, but damn it if he is not a passionate professional wrestler in his own right. You don't see a man with karma like that going on the top rope and flying like that, except in Florida with the Gators on the weekends in the swamps. Here's a cover off the big splash by Carson, just a 2. That's called the Gator splash in his terms. You don't want to know what the Gator roll is, and it damn sure ain't the wrestling move. Oh! Hip attack in the corner, nobody there. Carson hit his hip on the rope, and there's that DDT from Jamal Kincaid, dropping him right on his head, and it's over. One mistake was all it took for Jamal to take advantage. And Jamal Kincaid, yes, he's still the pure champion. It wasn't a title defense, but he's damn sure gonna show off that belt like he's been doing to everybody in the locker room since he won the thing. There's the hip attack in the corner that Ricky Carson missed and then gets dumped on his head. And it was all over. And now Carson down on the floor. I mean, in the ring, I should say. Now, what the hell is he doing? What the hell is Jamal doing now? Oh, he's got a chair. He's gonna teach Ricky Carson a lesson not to mess with the pure champion. This is not even a pure thing at all. Wait a minute. What the hell? That's Jordan Sylvia. I never thought I would see the day that Jordan Sylvia would save anybody other than himself. But it looks like he just did, and now he's asking for a microphone. Sly Cooper making it clear to the world he earned that Celestial Championship. He's been going around VW defending the title, which is why he hasn't been as much on Takedown or DCA programming. But he's made it clear that he wants to go to Revelations and not only win that match he's in, but retain the title at the same time. And I will get to the specifics of that match in just a little bit. But now, unfortunately, we have to deal with this guy. The man who beat Aris Williams at Gateway to Heaven, much to the chagrin of a lot of people. Jaden Starr, perhaps the most hated man in not just DCA, but I'll even go so far as to say he might be the most hated man in DCA next to Gnarly Anderson at this point. Every time this man's name is mentioned, every time this man's face shows up, he gets vehemently scrutinized and criticized, rightfully so. And he's about to give what he says is his Revelations demands, whatever the hell that means. Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. I have not seen him all day long, but apparently the co-general manager of DCA Takedown, Malik Brown, is here. The man that Jaden's had an issue with all season. What's this all about?
Now we can come out here and we can talk about Gateway to Heaven and what happened and the new number one contender. But I think it's very obvious to those that have been paying attention why I came out here. And the reason I came out here was because I have never been a person to stray away or pretend like things haven't been going on. And I know for a fact that a certain somebody was going to come out here or stay in the back if he's even here, because he likes to play this game to compensate for what he lacks. So I'm just going to do the job for you. Jaden, congratulations on actually showing up to Gateway to Heaven and facing off against Aris. Now, granted, it had to take pulling teeth and having to fight someone else just so the match could happen. But hey, you finally did it. You finally showed that you're willing to put in the work. Now continue doing that, instead of wasting everybody's time and resources and money. Because the truth of the matter is, Jaden, you want to blame me so bad for the things that's been going on here, when the truth of the matter is, if I truly wanted to be biased, I would have fired you day one, but I couldn't. I couldn't because legality and how my contract was made. I couldn't do that. You want to be the victim so bad. But the truth of the matter is, I know things that you would very much not like to be exposed. And at the end of the day, my word has more strength, has more pull, and dare I say, more truth. Because I've never strayed away from that truth. So let's talk about how you even came here to wrestling. Let's talk about how you were able to get a DCA contract without even stepping foot in a wrestling ring. Let's talk about how your uncle helped you take about, let's see, 8 to 9 different contracts just for DCA alone. And with that money that was going to be given to those 9 contracts that were now mysteriously gone, you bribed a fair share of the board. You bribed them. You bribed a fair share of the board of directors and said, "My name is Jaden Starr, and I'm your next big thing." And because you had because of that and the bribe and your little contract, you got what you wanted, and you took food off of everybody else's table to do it. Which, by the way, ironic, because one of those people is Vega. Yeah, Vega, isn't it funny how you were so mad at me that I never called you up, that I never tried to sign you back? Has it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe, the reason I didn't do that was because your contract was gone? You could thank Jaden for that. In fact, a lot of the guys that were supposed to show up, I had to find their stuff and get them back in because of you, Jaden. And you want to play this game with me because deep down, you're afraid to actually confront me. But even more so, you just want to kickstart your little career by facing me. That's why you're doing this. You want to do with how you did with Zach, and you want to try to get under my skin, and you want me to face you in a match, preferably Revelations, and you get your big payoff by getting your ass handed to you by me. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not doing that. Because you want to know the difference between you and a Jordan Sylvia, or God forbid, a J.C. Wolf, or a Justin Lupe. You want to know the difference? Because there was something there. Because those are guys that, yes, took every shortcut. Hell, I'll even go for an Adrian Klein. They didn't. Yes, they took shortcuts. Yes, they bend the rules. Yes, they're disliked. Hell, even Arcan, they're disliked, but there's something. They've proven that they care about this and that there's potential there. There's nothing there with you. You're just a entitled little kid who took advantage of your wealth and your connections, and you wanted to cosplay as a professional wrestler. But then again, Jaden, I guess it would be so easy to do, considering you've done nothing but spit on your parents' desperate prayers every night by taking advantage of their love for you. and you became an entitled little brat about it. You see, when I see you, I don't see a grown man doing everything he can to survive. I see a little kid who's wearing a suit 2 sizes too big for him, who curses and tries to sound intimidating to cover up the fact that behind that compensation, it's just desperate white noise. White noise so you can pretend that you are the single greatest factor when in reality, you don't even measure up to ash in the wind. The truth is, Jaden, you're a nobody parading around as a somebody, and the only reason you have that is because God felt pity for your parents after 4 attempts and decided to throw him a bone on attempt number 5. So if you value your position here, if you value your career, if you value your livelihood, if you value really wanting to be a wrestler, I'm giving you this one and only warning. Don't try me. Don't try me. I'm not in the business of making lazy people famous.
The king, the crown, the throne, your majesty, your royal highness, no one could rule the land but me. The king shall reign supreme till kingdom come. All hail the king. 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 All hail the king.
Hi, I'm Toby Jones from Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage, and I'm proud to announce my new Steph Curry Chicken Playoff Special. It's a whole chicken drenched in a spicy curry sauce. Then I throw it at you from 27 feet away. Splash. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how come we ain't got no LeBron meal? Well, what has LeBron ever done for Toby? At least Steph is out there representing my jingle. LeBron too busy pushing Kia. Hell, I ain't seen a brother get so much attention for a Korean car since Rodney King. And now you can enjoy a spicy curry chicken or family foot rub at home with my new Jones Spicy Curry Barbecue and Foot Rub Chicken Sauce. Wherever fine sauces are sold. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Well, folks, I don't know what more to say about what happened with Jaden and Malik. That's something that is between those two, and it's always been between those two. And again, I don't condone anything that Malik said, because that's him. That's his business. That's what he wants to do. So, hey. And Jaden got humbled. Let's just call it what it is. Jaden Starr just got humbled in the middle of that ring. I don't know where this is going, but obviously, if I know Jaden Starr, as much as I don't want to know him, this thing's far from over. But right now, we're getting into a tag team match with some very heavy stakes. If you saw social media, the KBC, as per Revelations tradition, you know how we do it at Revelations. Revelations 10 will be no different. Fatal 4-way ladder match time, everybody. We've done it in the years past, and we're doing it again for Rev 10. But in order to make that ladder match, you got to qualify first. And this is the first of 3 qualifying matches over the next few weeks to determine who will be in that ladder match with the KBC at Revelations for the tag titles. And here's the first team: Alex Divine and Brian Barnett. Divine Greatness, who came within an eyelash of becoming tag team champions on more than one occasion. But they're going up against a team they know very, very well in Mike Sullivan and Johnny Sinclair, 2 Wicked. And 2 Wicked obviously want to get back in the tag title hunt, I should say. But Divine Greatness wants it just as much. After coming so close so many times to becoming tag team champions, they don't want to fall short. And in Johnny Sinclair's case, he just wants to stay alive for more than one match. That's all he's here for. He's got enough money. He's got the Johnny Sinclair Memorial Fairgrounds Hotel Lodge Inn and Suites Bed and Breakfast Savings and Loan Bank and Trust, pool and amenities. He's got everything he could ever want. But this isn't about that right now. It's about helping his friend Mike Sullivan go to Revelations. But to do that, they got to go through Divine Greatness. As you see, Mike Sullivan watching on as Johnny Sinclair and Alex Divine go at it in the ring. And now, big right hand by Divine. Again, this is a qualifying match for the ladder match coming up at Revelations 10 for the tag team titles. And I mentioned earlier a important special match that's also been added to Revelations that Slide was talking about earlier. It is called the Devil's 30-30 match at Revelations 10, a first match of its kind here in DCA. 6 men will compete for the Celestial Championship. We're not doing the Dead Man's 5 like we did last year because we don't want to get into in a royalty fight with WWE, especially considering what happened last year when that went down. Well, 2 years ago. 2 Revelations ago. It ain't been 2 years ago. It's been well past that at this point. Damn YouTube schedules. Anyway, point I'm making is it's a new concept that we came up with, that I came up with, and we will run down the rules and everything for this match at a later time. But I can tell you, if you saw social media, the announcement was made about the Devil's 30-30 match and the participants in such as well. And Sly made it perfectly clear he wants to walk out as the Celestial Champion and continue the work that he's been doing for that title. Now remember, there are no countouts on the outside of the ring, so they can fight as long as they want to out there, as long as the pin happens in the ring. And Johnny Sinclair fighting like his life depends on it, because in every match it pretty much does at this point. Poor guy. Oh! Kick right to the hamstring. And now Alex from behind. Back suplex on the floor. And Alex Divine is going to work on Johnny Sinclair right now, I'll tell you that. And now Alex picking up Johnny and sends him into the ring steps. Like I said, this man is getting just tossed around. And I said his life depends on it. Every match he's in, his life pretty much depends on it. And now here comes Mike Sullivan, finally tagged into the match. He needs it too, because Johnny looks dead already. A terrible turn of events. But Mike Sullivan's not going to quit. We've seen him pull out more wrestling in the last 6 months than he has in his entire career. And that's saying something. In the corner, Alex Divine sends Mac out of the corner after a clothesline. There's a cover and only a 1 count. And now tag made. In comes the misfortunate son, Brian Barnett. And in comes Johnny Sinclair. Frequent tags by both teams here. And a right hand by Sinclair. And now tagging back in Mike Sullivan again. Frequent tags seem to be the name of the game here. In the corner and a clothesline. And Sullivan with an elbow. And a kip up right afterward. One of the things about Too Wicked is that they are very unorthodox. You cannot really guess what they're going to do next until it happens. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've been so successful in their career. However, at the same time, Too Wicked have got to keep their eye on the ball tonight, especially Johnny Sinclair. Because Divine Greatness are hungry. They want this. Oh, and you see right there, that's what I'm talking about. Brian Barnett was just inches away, centimeters away from making the tag. But Mike Sullivan stopped it in its tracks, and now Johnny's back in. This is the kind of cohesion that Too Wicked have been needing for a while now to get in the tag team title hunt. It might be their last shot. And I guess I can mention this now too, considering that there's been so many announcements about Revelations tonight. There was another announcement on social media earlier that there will be a special Takedown Battle Royal that will take place at Revelations 10. The winner of that match will challenge the DCA World Champion, whether it's Dante Styles or James Needham, at the 13-year anniversary on June 1st. So that is a huge match for Revelations 10. We don't know who's going to be in it, but anyone inside or outside of DCA are eligible for this special battle royal that we don't have a name for because, our creative department doesn't, they work for Space Ghost, and you know what that means. But yeah, several names, if you saw social media, several names have already been announced for that battle royal. Michael Connolly, Tomas Ramirez, JT Onyx, who we'll see later on against Kenshin. TJ Kennedy has entered into that battle royal, and that's going to mean something to him considering the hell he's been through. BB Disco, former world champion in his own right, whether you like how his attitude has been as of late or not. Any of these men, the team that loses this match could end up in that battle royal. Anyone's eligible. It's a random draw for this battle royal. And if you're familiar with the Rumble Roses match, it's kind of going to be like that. Cover now. And Brian Barnett breaks it up. And now Alex Divine with a roll up. No. Almost stole it right there. And now Sullivan's going to make him pay with a DDT. So yeah, if you don't follow us on social media, please do so. Follow us. We have a Blue Sky, by the way. I know that's not been, we haven't talked about it much, but we have a Blue Sky. All of our social media links will be in the description of the video, so please check us out anywhere in any of those places, because news about Revelations 10 is going to be coming fast and furious, folks. That's the season we're in, everybody. I mean, it is what it is. Big drop kick by Mike Sullivan. And Brian Barnett is in trouble now. Or I should say he was in trouble. But now he's coming back, big uppercut. But Mike's back up, ducks that drop kick from behind now. Into the 2-wicket corner. Tag made, and now what's this? Going for the rocket launcher. Johnny calls it something else at his lounge, but we don't talk about that live on commentary. And now, into the tree of woe position here. And now just choking Brian. And I'll tell you right now, 2-wicket are in the driver's seat, but can they keep up this momentum? That's the question. They're doing their best, that's for sure. But so is Divine Greatness. Like I said, they've come so close on so many occasions to winning these tag team titles. They don't want to end up the short end of the stick again. They want to win. Going even so far as to choke Mike Sullivan in the corner. Whatever it takes, they are going to do it. Because Revelations 10, you don't want to be on the outside looking in. The reality of the situation is there are going to be people that don't make this card. That's just how it is. Not everyone can make it to the big dance. Some people just got to be on the pre-show. And you know for a fact that these two teams don't want to end up on the pre-show. It's a payday, yes. But it's not the payday. And Alex Divine damn sure doesn't want to end up on a pre-show. He's got his mustache is too divine for that, no pun intended. And now, big DDT. Johnny Sinclair fighting again like his life depends on it, because it does. We're going to have a Johnny Sinclair death counter in a little while. Oh my God! He might have died right there. The cover after divine wisdom, but no. Mike Sullivan able to break it up. And by the grace of the good Lord, Johnny Sinclair is somehow moving. Until then, he got moved to the floor. And Alex Divine getting the crowd pumped up, but he doesn't see. Oh, well, now he does. And now Johnny Sinclair. If Brian Barnett's the misfortunate son, then Johnny Sinclair's the misfortunate. We'll figure something out. 2 count there. And now what is this? God! He just dropped his knee around the back of his head. And they're not done with him yet. They're going to give him a taste of his own medicine. Rocket launcher. And Johnny has not found any momentum, any offense at all in the last minute and a half at least. Irish whip in the corner again. 2-wicket. Not looking so fine right now, I'll tell you that. And Johnny Sinclair is getting the worst of it. He was going to get a right hand, but was able to push his way free. I don't think Sinclair's even recovered from that. What happened a number of months ago when he got a double stomp to the spine, and then he got a back fist, a double stomp to the spine, and then he got trucked with a discus clothesline by the KBC. And I don't think he's truly ever recovered from that. his body might still be in purgatory after that. I wouldn't be shocked. And now in the corner, again, kick to the inner thigh. Mike Sullivan has not gotten in this thing at all in the last few minutes, and maybe that's exactly what Divine Greatness wants. Up, elbow right to the head. But Sinclair, you got to give it to the man. He has garnered more sympathy from these people in these last few years than I think I've ever seen. And all it took was Gabriel killing him for it to happen. Malik's not here, so I can say what I want. Divine Greatness now looking on the back foot again as Johnny Sinclair has finally shown some life, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Super backdrop. Mike Sullivan finally tagged in, and he needed it. And down goes Brian Barnett on the outside. Now can Sullivan do something here to get his team back in this? No, not yet. Oh no. Big backbreaker by Divine. Cover. One. Only a 1 count. But that just shows you how much this means to both of these teams. They do not want to be left out of Revelations 10. And now Sinclair looking for the Jersey Turnpike. And he hit it, but he hit it right in front of Brian Barnett. And that might not have been the smartest move, if I could speak. Words escape me sometimes, especially when Johnny Sinclair's in the ring. You haven't had his fruit punch at the lounge. Thankfully, it wasn't spiked, but it did have some very sugary stuff in it. Maybe Kool-Aid, maybe some Sweet and Low. That's Johnny Sinclair's favorite, Sweet and Low. Oh, at least it wasn't lean and clean. Anyway, cover by Mike. 1, 2, no. Divine Greatness still in this thing. But for how much longer? That Stun Dog Millionaire I thought would have taken it, but not to be, not yet. And now, right hand by Sullivan again. Too Wicked, showing the heart that has made them a success in the past. Flapjack by Mike Sullivan, but he doesn't see the tag to Brian. And now Brian Barnett, the misfortunate son, going for the knee, nobody there. Sullivan, no. Irish whip. Chop blocked. And I'm not talking about the leg. And now Sullivan, look at this. Around the world head scissors. But Brian is right back to his feet. Duck down. Leapfrog. And no. It's caught by Sullivan. Sullivan now. DDT. Short range DDT. And a tag made to the misfortunate Johnny Sinclair. And now Johnny Sinclair choking out the misfortunate son. The misfortunate son versus the misfortunate one. And now in comes Mike Sullivan again. Johnny Sinclair does not want to be misfortunate for too long, but then Brian with the power right there. The shoulder tackle. And now Irish whip in the corner. And slamming Mike's head into the turnbuckle. And then a straight right hand. Referee obviously not enjoying that too much. That closed fist to the face. In a pure rules match, that would have been a warning. And now flatliner by Brian Barnett. No. This has been a hell of a tag team match. But that's what the tag team division in DCA has always been all about. And now, right hands by Alex Divine, but no. Divine gets a sling blade and a drop kick. And a chop now in the corner. And now to Wicked, looking to finish him off again, that power bomb. Robin Charleston getting in position with Brian Barnett right there to break up the pinfall. Mike Sullivan giving Johnny the ball, and Johnny dropped it. Oh, but they're going to do it again. They did it again. Will this do it? No! And Sullivan can't believe it. He thought that was it. And honestly, I thought that was it. Big gut buster. Tag made to Brian. Again, I am shocked that this match is still going with how hard these two have been hitting each other. Uh-oh. Barnett again with the power. Look at that, just slinging Mike Sullivan. And that might have done it. He hit his head hard on that turnbuckle. One. Oh my God. Sullivan tried to get to his corner, but Brian, just like Sullivan did to him earlier, stopped it. And now what is this? What the hell is Sullivan doing here? Sullivan through the ropes with a DDT on the floor. I agree with these people. This is awesome. And this is what going to Revelations means to these two. Oh, big drop kick. These two teams, I was going to say, that's what this match means. That's what going to Revelations 10 for the tag team titles, that's what it means to everyone on this roster. That's what it should mean to everyone on this roster. You should want the opportunity to compete on the big stage. And right now, Too Wicked and Divine Greatness are fighting for that opportunity. They are fighting for the right to get to Revelations 10. But only one team will move on to that ladder match. Only one team will earn the right to move on to potentially dethrone the KBC. Stundog Millionaire on the floor. And just to think, folks, we still got two big matches coming up. We got that huge match between JT Onyx and Kenshin, and our main event, John Blackos and Claudio Dragonheart. Sullivan in the cover. No. And Alex Divine with a hit anyway. And that prompts Mike Sullivan to tag in Johnny Sinclair, who immediately gets punched in the face. Not unlike what happens at his hotel and lodge. And a drop kick to the leg. Johnny Sinclair doing everything in his power to win this match for his team. But that might have done it, that forearm. 2, no. I don't know what it's going to take at this point. It could take any shot from any of these teams to win this thing at this point, because that's how long they've been going at it here in this match. But again, with Revelations on the horizon, you shouldn't expect anything less Both of these teams want it that badly. And now Alex, what's he thinking? Got him in a fireman's carry, and Snake Eyes on the top turnbuckle. And now tagging in Brian Barnett. And Barnett's going to just kick him while he's down. And now trying to go after Mike Sullivan, but got an elbow in the face, and then gets a punch to the face. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Look out. Backdrop on the apron. And now running over to meet Johnny Sinclair, but Johnny was ready for it. Johnny Sinclair, again, fighting like his life depends on it, because it does. And Two Wicked's professional life for Revelations is also on the line. There's a DDT, but it took everything out of Sinclair. And now Sinclair on the outside, just continuing to work on Brian Barnett. But remember, the pinfall has to happen in the ring. And now Barnett with the power to get out of that submission, that triangle. And now just tossing him. And now kicks to the midsection. Another one. And a clothesline. And right now, it is not looking good. Oh my God, what a right hand. It is not looking good for Johnny Sinclair. And I think that right hand might have split Johnny open. And it wouldn't shock me in the least. Johnny has not moved since that right hand, and I don't think Alex Divine is going to make it any better. King Kong knee drop. Johnny might be dead. And Sullivan knew it too, because he broke that up with swiftness. And now Mike Sullivan back in. Sullivan now, look at this. Hanging him up on the rope. And now the face buster. Will this do it? Yes, it will. Too Wicked. Are going to Revelations. Look at this. Face buster. Bam. And the cover. And the 3 count. Too Wicked have earned their shot. Even Johnny Sinclair is excited about the fact that Too Wicked are going on to Revelations in that fatal 4-way ladder match. Congratulations, Too Wicked. We are back to Takedown, and it's been a hell of a night. A hell of a show. But we are still not done. We are about ready to get started with our next matchup, and it's a big one. JT Onyx taking... Wait a minute. What is this music? I have not heard this music. This is unplanned, folks. I don't know what's going on. But in any case, it is... Wait a minute. Oh my God. Now I'm putting two and two together. I recognize that face anywhere. For those of you who don't know who that is, who have not been around here for a while, that man, that's Brian McAvelli. We have not seen Brian McAvelli in DCA in years. But what the hell's he doing out here now? I don't... What is going on? I'm trying to get word from the back. I don't know what's going on. But apparently he's asking for a microphone. We've had a lot of talking tonight. But I guess this is how the road to Revelations is too. Oh my God. So you mean to tell me that Tyson Jax is back in DCA, and not only is he back in DCA, but he was the one who attacked Randall James? We have not heard from either Bronson or Randall since Gateway to Heaven. We have not seen Tyson Jax in DCA in years too. And I don't know how in the hell Brian McAvelli not only got a contract back here, but got Tyson a contract back here. For those of you who don't know, that man's contract, both of those contracts were expired. They lapsed. And they left. That's why there was no big fuss. There was no big, news item or anything about them not being around. This everything that's happening beyond my knowledge is getting a little old. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. When Bronson gets word of this, I don't know. I can't tell you. But doing what they just did, saying what they just said, I don't know. I feel sorry for Randall James, and I know that's a shocking thing to say. But I feel sorry for Randall James and what he just went through and what he's been through these last few weeks. And then to have Brian McAvelli come out here and say what he said and Tyson doing what he did, you know. Words escape me what I'm feeling for this right now, to be honest with you. I know we're supposed to get on to our next match and everything, but for between what Arkan said to Zach earlier tonight and then what Brian just said about Randall, I mean, I know Revelations is around the corner and everything, but it's getting pretty personal between everyone here. And speaking of personal, this too is also personal. Kenshin one-on-one with JT Onyx. Now remember, this whole thing started a few months back when JT Onyx wanted, you know, he was in the locker room. Kenshin came up and he was offering, you know, advice. He was saying, hey, listen, kid, you know, I want to help you. JT, being JT, said, no, I don't need your help. I don't need these veterans to help me. And so JT was caught in the crossfire of this whole tradition warfare. And it's led to this match.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
And if you remember the last time these two fought, I believe it was Kenshin who ended up winning. So JT's looking for a little revenge, and if you remember in Gateway to Heaven, JT was the one who was attacking Kenshin with a chair in the back during that whole skirmish during the main event. And remember, the reason that JT's doing this in the first place is because he's made no bones about it. He's idolized Zack Stone for years. He created Fallen November in Zack's image, more or less, back when that was a stable. And the fact that JT was part of that whole skirmish at the end of Gateway to Heaven tells me that Zack has put his trust in JT Onyx, which is something JT has wanted for years. And here we go. A rematch from a few months ago, and they're picking right up where they left off after Gateway to Heaven. JT with the kicks. Missed that one. And that allows Kenshin to take advantage, and Kenshin will take advantage of any and every opportunity made possible here. Kenshin's been in this game for a very long time. If he sees an opening, he's going to take advantage of it. Now leg drop over the bottom rope. Of course, folks, like I said, later on tonight, our main event, John Blackos and Claudio Dragonheart, the winner, earns a shot at the Battle Pro World title at Revelations. There's a Dragon Suplex by Kenshin. Only a 2 count. So we still have a lot planned for you here tonight on Takedown, and we thank you. I thank you for joining for another huge episode. Our channel has grown by leaps and bounds over these last few months, and it's all thanks to you for supporting, continuing to support the channel, continuing to support the content. And if you could, wait a minute, there's a cover here. 1, 2, no. If you could take a second, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. It really helps us out to get this video out to more people, especially considering the YouTube algorithm is really messed up these days. We could use all the support we can get going into Rev 10. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell so you know when videos are live, including DCA and SRW and other content coming to the channel very soon. As you see Kenshin with these backbreakers. And now, Fisherman's Suplex. And another cover. 1, 2, no. And that's what I was talking about. Kenshin has been in this game for a very long time. He knows what he's doing in that ring. Kenshin's one of those guys that, whether you like the way he's gone about the tradition or not, when he walks into a locker room, everyone stops, turns, and pays attention because they see it. They understand the clout and the reputation that man brings. And that means a lot. And now, JT moonsault out of the corner. Cover. 1, 2, no. When you talk about a man with a bright future on the Takedown roster, I said it when he debuted in last season's Gateway to Heaven. JT Onyx is one of those men who can really shape the future, not just of UWL, but of DCA. And I believe he's already gotten to that point. Big elbow by Kenshin. Kenshin missing that forearm, and then gets one himself. Again, this war between the tradition and Zach and whoever is on his side has really taken a turn in these last few weeks. And Gateway to Heaven was just the latest example of that. I mean, hell, Billy Edmonds, of all the people that I would have expected to get into this fight, Billy Edmonds returned to DCA, and he even lended a hand in the fight against the tradition. If that doesn't tell you how far this has gone, I don't know what else will. There's a cover off the forearm and just a 2. And you can see Kenshin busted open from that forearm to the face. And now, what's this? JT going for it. Oh, wait, no, I thought he was going for the most overused move in virtual wrestling, but instead a butterfly suplex. And now, went for something, but no. Kenshin blocked it, ducked underneath the kick. Kicks in the midsection. Going for a powerbomb perhaps, but no. JT able to fight off of it. And a drop kick to the knee. And now, outside the ring. And now look out. Suicide dive over, between the ropes rather. And back inside. This isn't going to be a technical wrestling clinic. Even though it could have been if they really wanted it to be. This is just a straight up fight. There's a crossbody. Can he hold him down long enough? No. Obviously, Kenshin has the size advantage in this match, but JT might have the striking advantage, as you can see. He might be just a little bit faster than Kenshin. Kenshin's obviously older, but wise in every aspect of that wrestling ring. Big kick right to the face. More like a stomp if we're going to be specific, in another one. Right up to the top of the head, and now a third one. Kenshin rallying the fans, even though there are some fans in this arena who still support him. And that's what I said earlier in the night. I said, wait a minute, what the hell? JT with a coast to coast. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now, in the corner, big elbow, and a kick to the back of the head. And now, German suplex with a bridge. 2, no. And now, Irish whip. What's he thinking here? And now look at this. Tornado DDT by Kenshin. Cover. 1, 2, no. This has been a hell of a match so far, as we expected. Kenshin running in, went for the Yakuza kick in the corner, but gets kicked in the shin. Right around the upper thigh, if we're going to be specific. And now more strikes by JT. And elbow drop. Nobody home. Northern Lights. And a big brain buster. JT on the offense now. Irish whip in the corner. Hard in the corner. But that's what JT's all about. Look at this, kicks. Kawada kicks and then slamming his head on the mat. And now look out. Big GTS German suplex combination. Cover. 2, no. JT has been in the driver's seat for a number of minutes now, and it might be just because of the blood loss that Kenshin's suffered through, that Kenshin catching JT on the run and kicks him right upside the head. And now, after missing that, JT with a jackknife pin. 2, no. And now, you can see the blood streaming down the face of Kenshin. That's how hard this match has been between both of these men. And again, I expected nothing less. Reverse DDT. And to think both of these men could end up in that Rumble match coming up at Revelations 1, 2, no. JT has already announced for it. In the corner, clothesline, an elbow, and a forearm. And now Project Onyx No, countered. He knew it was coming and he got out of it. I should correct myself, to be fair, because while JT Onyx and BB Disco have already been announced for the Battle Royal, Kenshin, being a former Celestial champion, was chosen to be a part of the Devil's 30-30 match for the Celestial title. Cover off the moonsault. 2, no. Along with current champions like Luka Khan, Jeremy Paisley, former champion, Jiraiya Raju, former champion, Steven Zane, one of the biggest breakout stars in DCA and VW in general. A hell of a lineup for Sly Cooper to try and manage. Steven Zane, a former Heart Gold champion. So all former or current champions were chosen for that special matchup by Space Ghost and Malik for Sly Cooper to defend the Celestial Championship. So these aren't ham and eggers that are in this match with Sly. And now look at this prawn hole pin. 1, 2, no. So both JT and Kenshin will be very busy at Revelations 10. But right now they're busy beating the hell out of each other. And now right hands Kenshin with a Saito suplex, but it took everything out of him to hit it. Getting up to his feet, JT in the corner along the turnbuckles, allowing Kenshin to take advantage. Fisherman suplex out of the corner with a bridge. 1, 2, no. And Kenshin's got to be asking himself, what is it going to take to put JT down? JT's got him up. And there it is. Project Onyx connecting. 2, no. 2.5. And again, both men, seems like it's back to square one. JT. Oh, tombstone lung blower. Cover. 2, no. Now it's JT. He's got to be thinking to himself, what do I have to do to put Kenshin down? Power slam. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now, wait a minute, prawn hold again. Cover. 2, no. Oh, and a kick, roundhouse kick right to the face. But Kenshin coming back with a forearm. And now, he's got him hooked. Shibuya stunner. Out of nowhere. And you know what Kenshin's going to look for now. He's going to look for that kick. No. He's looking for that blue thunder bomb, but kicked him right in that cut. Hit him right in the cut. And now, life to lifeless. The cover. 1, 2, it's over. That one moment was all it took. Look at this. Kenshin was looking for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but then right there, right into that cut that's been bleeding for the entirety of this match. And it took JT to the mountaintop with that life to lifeless ode to Super Dragon. And it was all over. JT Onyx builds momentum, and you can chalk him up as one of the favorites to win that Battle Royal and earn a shot at the DCA World Championship at the 13-year anniversary at Revelations 10 with the momentum that he's had. It may be only a matter of time before JT Onyx becomes a world champion, folks.
Those words coming from you.
Well, that is huge news for Revelations 10. It looks like Takeru is finally going to get what he wants. It's going to be father against son at Revelations 10. And yes, indeed, I do hope that after this, those two can reconcile and the Yukimura family can start to be, healed somewhat after that. But yes, it is going down at Revelations. Father against son. Takeru versus June. One-on-one. But right now, speaking of one-on-one, we are getting set for our main event. John Blackos versus Claudio Dragonheart. The winner of this match will challenge Gorilla Black for the the Battle Pro World Championship at Revelations. Gorilla Black has been demanding, let's put it that way, demanding more competition. He's demanded that Malik Brown give him the best possible competition for his championship. So Malik Brown picked two current world champions, the current VWU world champion in John Blackos and the current Wrestling Grand Prix world champion in Claudio Dragonheart, a man who's also, by the way, held the VW World Championship in the past. You don't get much more stiffer competition than two former VW World Champions. And now these two are going to go at it and find out who will earn a shot at Gorilla Black. This is going to be a hell of a main event match. The crowd on their feet. They love both of these men. Here we go, folks. John Blackos, Claudio Dragonheart. And here we go, the main event of Takedown episode 230. It is the Dragonborn, the one they fear, Claudio Dragonheart, against the fat beach thriller, John Blackos. The winner gets a shot at Gorilla Black at Revelations 10. And both men sizing each other up, and there's a kick to the midsection. John drawing first blood. And a big meteor. Didn't get all of it. And especially with a man the size of Claudio, John's going to have to stick and move. But the dangerous thing about Claudio is he can do just the same if he chooses to. He can stick and move with the best of them. And a big boot. It's not the first time these two have fought, and it damn sure won't be the last time. But with stakes this high, you know they're going to try and go all out to make sure that they get to Revelations. Oh, went for a gut wrench. Nobody there. John now with O'Connor roll. But it's going to take a lot more than that to keep Claudio down for a 3 count. It's early in the match, and a guy the size and strength and stamina of Claudio just asks wise. I mean, it's going to take a hell of a lot of effort for Claudio to get put down for 3. Oh my God! Especially when he just delivers shots like that. And now Claudio trying to take advantage of the opening he has. Powerbomb and a knee. Cover. 2. That's the first 2 count of the match right there. And now, what's this? Irish whip into the ropes. And one for maybe a belly to belly, but John able to counter it. And this would be a VW World title match any day of the week. But it is not for the VW World Championship. But it's for a championship nonetheless. Claudio with a power bomb. And another cover. 1, 2, no. And German suplex folds him up like an accordion. Clothesline, no. John now with the forearm. And a second one. And a third one. Trying to keep Claudio down long enough, but Claudio coming back, stopping him in his tracks with a forearm of his own. Claudio again. Oh, caught him that time. Oh my God, the power on full display, and then the athleticism to follow it up. 1, 2, no. Up, ducked underneath the boot. And a bulldog. Again, Blackos, he can use his speed to his advantage as well. And he's doing just that right now. And an elbow right to the chin, right to the, maybe even the throat. Oh, and the lariat. Not the greed and some Savant guard, but it's a lariat nonetheless. It only gets a 2. And now again, Claudio going for a cover. No. Back and forth we go between these two, but if you expected anything less, then you don't know what you're talking about with these two in the ring together. John trying to get some momentum back in his favor. Look at the strength of John Blackos. Now, if he showed this against Angel, he should probably be a little bit more impressed with him, but that butterfly suplex was damn sure impressive. Cover. One. Only a one. And now, reverse DDT. And John's feeling it. In the corner, John with the Meteora. Off the ropes. Big kick to the face. And now, Claudio's up. Right hand. John reversing. Right hand of his own. And the crossbody. And now went for the senton, but Claudio was already moving out of the way. And now, oh my goodness. And now Claudio in the driver's seat. Claudio now out of the corner. You know what he's thinking here. The athleticism of Claudio again. It's almost otherworldly, considering Claudio is kind of otherworldly, but John Blackos now in the corner hard. And now gut-wrench powerbomb. 1, 2, no. Again, John able to fight his way out. And John in trouble. I mean, this has been Claudio's match for a number of minutes now. But again, I wouldn't expect anything less. And now, good Lord, what a monkey flip. And a kick to the spine. And then a knee to the face. John getting some offense going now. And this is what he needed to do to get back in this match, because he's been blitzed for the last few minutes by Claudio. And now a bulldog out of the corner. And drop kick to the spine. And a big shining wizard. Cover. 2. Only a 2. Oh, what a kick. My God. And up. Ducked underneath. And a head scissors takedown. No pun intended. John winding him up. Went for the senton to the back. Nobody there. Claudio now trying to get back in this. No. Jawbreaker. And no. Kick to the midsection. Claudio now off the ropes. John caught him with a Japanese arm drag. And now back in the corner. Setting him up on top. What's he thinking here? Right hand. Claudio unsteady. Wait a minute. John now with the French fry. Excuse me, the Spanish fly. I apologize. I apologize there. I don't know where that came from. Cover. 1, 2, no. Spanish fly, only a 2, not the Spanish, not the French fly. That's a. No, I said something else. Anyway, Malik's not here. I can say what I want. Butterfly, no. Kicks a punch to the midsection by Claudio to get out of that. Chops. Eddie Matt Memorial chops here on takedown. And now the forearms by John, sending Claudio back a little bit. And that right hand, another one, third one, fourth one. Chop, chop. The Eddie Matt Memorial chops again. Claudio off the ropes. Big knee lift, off the ropes again. Big lariat. And Claudio senton to double it up, to finish it off, and maybe go to Revelations 10. There's 2. No. Claudio in control. Looking for something. No. Block that kick with his own knee. And now, cover. 1, 2, no. And the thing about these two are they know it's going to take a lot to keep the other down. And now look at this. Rings of Saturn locked in. And I don't know if John can keep this on for too long, but at the same time, I mean, as you see right there, Claudio able to escape. Claudio's just too strong, just too powerful. And now, Claudio looking to fly perhaps, and he does that. The fans on their feet. But again, like I said before, oh my God, what a spear. Cover. 1, 2, no. And the big uppercut by John. John with a kick doesn't take him down. Forearm gets blocked. Again, this is, if you haven't already heard, or if you've just been living under a rock the last hour or so, the winner of this match will face Gorilla Black for the Battle Pro World Championship at Revelations 10. That's why they're competing so hard. That's why this match means so much to them. Because like I said earlier, not everyone is going to make it to the card. Not everyone's going to make it to Rev 10. And now the overdrive by Blackos. 2, no. And now John sizing up. Clothesline. I was going to say Claudio got right back up. And now Claudio flying again. Do a barrel roll, please. And now John sending Claudio to the floor. And now Claudio, wait a minute, in trouble, and there goes John. Back and forth we go here. And would you expect anything less with these two? And again, this time, Claudio takes John off the apron. And now, with a crossbody. What a match we have seen here. Oh, wait a minute. John, again! These two are trying to one-up each other at this point. And now John with a drop kick. And now John trying to come back. Another monkey flip. John now with the senton he tried for earlier. Cover. 2. No. I mean, at some point, you have to ask, what is it going to take? How much more can these two men possibly withstand to earn a shot at Gorilla Black? And now, Claudio able to get out of the way and then give a neck whip on the rebound. Missed that. Drop kick by John. But you can see the fatigue setting in on both of these men. And honestly, I don't blame them. And head scissors off the top. John now. Another clothesline. And Claudio's back up. Went for a second one, or went for a one. Up again, John missing that. Gets kicked in the face and then gets double knees to his chest. Will that do it? No, it will not. Forearm. No. Block that one. Clothesline blocked. John now. Belly to belly. Connecting. Cover. There's 2. And again, Claudio gets the shoulder up. Claudio. Avoiding that uppercut. Off the ropes now. Went for the spear. And Claudio unable to capitalize until right there. John's back up. Block the forearm. Forearm by John. Another one. Those 2 blocked. That one blocked. Again, both of these men know each other so well. And now, in the corner, big drop kick, go to hospital, and now get in the tent. John Blackos. And moonsault, nobody home. Got caught. Got caught. Powerbomb on the turnbuckles. That's got to be it. 1, 2. How in the world did John kick out of that? For any normal human being, that would have been it. But not John Blackos. But now Claudio's going to just knock the stuffing out of him repeatedly with these 3 moonsaults. 2. Again. Just a 2 count. It is just becoming a war of attrition right now. There's the overdrive. And now John, if he's gonna put this away, he better do it now. Is he going for the 4 factos? 4 factos, but Claudio was already on his back, and he hit it anyway. But did he get enough of it? 1, 2. No, he didn't get all of it. And now John's got to be asking, what is it going to take? But Claudio's getting up. John able to get out of the way. Hits the elbow. Hits the greetings from Sovngarde, and both men are down. Wait a minute. That's Tyler Parks. Tyler Parks attacking both men. This match has been thrown out. But what the hell did Tyler Parks just do? He wants to make sure he's the one that goes after Gorilla Black.
Said they didn't have it, so I gotta do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the one and only host of the CAW Chronicles podcast, Fangs, and I'm here to officially drop the advertisement for said podcast for any and all e-feds that want to happen to include it into their shows. There's only one way you can go ahead and hear about us, and that is over on Spotify. Go ahead and make sure you give us a follow for CAW Chronicles podcast, so we have all guests situated on said episodes. But not only do we have it there on Spotify, you also want to go ahead and give us a follow over on X. Yes, that's right. That's where we also have our CAW Chronicles podcast information for any new episodes that might be dropping, any guests that might be on the line as well, coming in to go ahead and record. But did you know that we are also running WZW Warzone Wrestling? I do happen to run my own eFed, and yes, as of right now, it is currently full, but it is content to put out there nonetheless. Now, what are you doing? Go ahead and make sure you hit that follow button over on X and over on Spotify, or, you know, just don't. It's, I never know how to end these.
And the blood will dry underneath my nails, and the wind will rise up to fill my sails. So you can doubt and you can hate, but I know no matter what it takes, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
Folks, we are back, and I'll tell you right now, this has been a hell of a fight night here. It's been personal. It's been personal. It's been bloody. It's been everything in between. And we just saw Tyler Parks costing both John and Claudio a world title shot, but now we're in the ring with Space Ghost. And here comes one half of the Takedown World Title main event. A man who's been wanting this main event, this world title shot, a true world title shot for years now. James Needham has waited for so long to become the DCA World Champion. And at Revelations 10, it will happen. As you see, Dante Styles defends the DCA World Heavyweight title against the man who won the Gateway to Heaven ladder match in James Needham. These two will collide with the richest prize in DCA on the line. One man will prove that they are the face of the Takedown division. Will it be James Needham, who will take that briefcase to Revelations 10, that briefcase containing the contract that guarantees him the DCA world title shot? But to get that world title, he's got to go through this man. A man who has fought just as hard, just as long to become the world champion, and has been through just as many adversities that James Needham has had. If you remember, this man was damn near blacklisted from this company a number of years ago after what he did to Amber Stevens on the season 2 premiere of Takedown. He's been vilified. He's had his name dragged through the mud on more than one occasion, but he fought his way back. He fought his way through it, and despite it all, he became the DCA World Heavyweight Champion, and he's going into Revelations, unlike last Revelations, where he was the challenger. This year, he's the champion, and the ironic thing about it is, at the last Gateway to Heaven, not this past one, but the last one, both men were in the ladder match, and it was Dante who ended up winning, and it was Dante who ended up the world champion a few months later, not at Revelations, but the next season. So he still parlayed that momentum. Will James Needham do the same thing? Will he, after winning the Gateway to Heaven ladder match, will it be that he translates that momentum to Revelations, or will it be a Dante situation where he doesn't get the job done but wins it later on? That is a possibility, but we're gonna hear from the Dark Side Hero and the DCA World Champion.
You know, in a moment like this, it's hard to describe what I'm feeling right now. I'm standing across the ring from a man who I grew up watching. A young man who grew from the most hated man in this company into its standard bearer. That's you, Dante. That's you. See, little known fact here. Before I even broke into core wrestling, of course me doing the in-ring and my brother doing the commentary, we were like everyone in this DCA arena. We were over that barricade, sat down in the front row, sat in the chairs, having snacks, enjoying the show and reviewing the show. Even in the YouTube comments when we couldn't make shows. And one of the all-time first matches which got me especially hooked to wanting to be a part of the Destiny Championship Alliance was your feud with Zack Stone. Obviously, shit happened. Can go over it, we'd be here all night. You took a beating in that feud, which helped morph you into the man today. Now, You've grown since it. To a point where you're the top man in the industry. And the truth of the matter is, Dante, is I am looking at a guy that I know is going into Revelations 10 with a chip on his shoulder, is pissed off, and has something to prove. That's you. I have all the respect in the world for you. Because truth be told, we're both two guys who have done controversial shit. We're two guys who fight the fights. We're two guys who don't apologise for our actions even when they were wrong. I mean, look at the past 2 seasons here in the Destiny Championship Alliance. I've been to war with your brother. Of course, you've had it on and off with Malik, but when he handed you that title to celebrate at Redemption, it was well fucking earned. When he shook my hand at last Revelations, it was well fucking earned. And now here we are. Two guys, because I'm finally in a clear mindscape. I'm finally on a path to where I know I belong. But let's be real here. That title you hold has eluded me time and time again. Just like it eluded you at the beginning. I mean, the last time we went one-on-one, we were being set up by the previous regime to be screwed by Josh McLeod. And hell, that was when you started your chase to the Destiny Championship Alliance World title. And for me, that was when I was involved in too many wars to count, to say the least. Now though, it's Revelations 10. The Bad Seed and the Dark Side Hero. I know that this is not just my best shot at winning that belt, but it's probably my last shot. And I know you have every ounce of determination in you, maybe even more than your brother, to hold on to that belt due to what happened with you and Tyler at last year's Revelations. You want to walk in as DCA World Champion, and you want to walk out as DCA World Champion Dante Styles. Meanwhile, I'm walking in the Challenger, and I want to walk out the Champion. I promise you now, I am going to give you everything I have in my arsenal. I am going to bring fire, fury, violence, and downright no quit within me to win that title you hold. The question is, can you outlast me? I respect you. Hell, I looked up to you, despite all the controversies. But come Revelations 10, with this audience watching, because they know how much it means to me, and I have to do it the right way. I have to surpass you and become Destiny Championship Alliance World Heavyweight Champion.
Both men know what they want. Both men fighting for the same purpose, for legacy. At Revelations 10, the Dark Side Hero, the Bad Seed for the DCA World Heavyweight Championship.